Hello friends, so we are back with another video, related to the predictions regarding the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. Now in this video, we will talk about the performance of the Kiwi team, the New Zealand team. Let's not forget that this is the team which has managed to reach the finals of the previous two World Cups. They reached the finals in 2015 as well as 2019. In 2015 they lost to Australia, and in 2019 it was a very unfortunate loss against England, a very unfortunate and controversial one. Now in this World Cup as well, yesterday they played their first game against England with a new captain, it was not Kane Williamson, rather it was Tom Latham. So let's start with Tom Latham itself. Tom Latham's birth number is 2, and his date of birth is 2nd April 1992. So as I mentioned that this year is fabulous for people with birth number 2, and this is what we noticed yesterday. So he pulled off a very convincing victory for New Zealand. And there's one thing interesting, which is that his year of life is currently 32nd, and 32 adds up to 5. So 2 and 5 is not that good a combination. So that might hamper his performance a bit, but overall it will be a superb campaign for him. Now moving on to the next player who will perform brilliantly. It's Daryl Mitchell. Like, his birth number is also 2. His date of birth is 20 May 1991. So for him as well, the entire campaign would be fabulous. The next player in this list is Tim Southee. Yes, a terrific bowler. His birth number is 2, and for that reason this World Cup would be very favorable for him as well. The next player in this list is Ish Sodhi, whose birth number is 4, because his date of birth is 31st October 1992, and moreover he's currently in his 31st year. Until 31st October he will be in his 31st year. So until then, he will receive double advantage, because the combination of 4 and 7 will benefit him, and at the same time the combination of 4 and 4 will also boost his performance. So overall, this World Cup would be fabulous for him as well. Another player who will perform brilliantly is Will Young. Yes, quite a few of you might not have heard his name, but his birth number is also 4, and he's also in his 31st year. So he will also receive double advantage, from the combinations 4 and 7 and 4 and 4. Next we have Jimmy Neesham. Yes, his birth number is 8, and 8 and 7 is quite a good combination. So for him also the World Cup would be really good. The next player who will perform brilliantly is Loki Ferguson, whose birth number is 4, and for that reason he will also perform brilliantly, and that's not a good news for the batsmen of the opposition teams. One more star player who will perform brilliantly is Devon Conway, whose birth number is 8, because his date of birth is 8 July 1991, and moreover he is in his 33rd year. So he will surely receive the advantage from 8 and 7, and at the same time he will receive benefits from the combination of 8 and 6 as well, because he is currently in his 33rd year. The next player in this list, and this is not a good news for the opposition teams as well as for the fans of the opposition teams, because the next player who will perform brilliantly is Trent Boult, and we all know how dangerous he can be when he performs to the best of his abilities. His birth number is 4, and for that reason he will also be a major threat, and he will perform brilliantly for New Zealand in this World Cup. The next player in this list is the captain himself, Kane Williamson, whose birth number is 8. And for that reason this World Cup would be really good for him as well. Now let's talk about the players who will be giving an average performance in this World Cup. First of all, the first player in this list would be Mitchell Santner. Yes, the very dangerous spinner from New Zealand. His birth number is 5, because his date of birth is 5 February 1992. And since the combination of 5 and 7 is an average one, for that reason his performance in the World Cup would be on the whole average. The next player in this list would be Matt Henry, whose birth number is again 5. And moreover, he's currently in his 32nd year, so he will receive a slight advantage due to the combination of 5 and 5, because 32 adds up to 5. But overall, his performance in the entire World Cup would be more or less average. Now, the player whose performance would be below average in this World Cup is Glenn Phillips, because his birth number is 6, as his date of birth is 6 December 1996. But since he is in his 27th year, so he will receive certain benefits from the combination of 6 and 9, because 27 adds up to 9. But overall, since this year is not so favorable for people with birth number 3, 6 and 9, for that reason, on the whole, it would be a below average campaign for Glenn Phillips. Now let's take a look at the players for whom this World Cup would be even worse than below average. The first player in that list would be Mark Chapman, whose birth number is 9, and as I have said earlier that this year is not favorable for people with birth number 9, because 7 and 9 is a very terrible combination. But since he is in his 30th year, so since 3 and 9 is a very good combination, there would be slight advantage for him in that regard. This combination will help him quite a bit, but overall his performance would be even worse than below average, although there will be slight advantage due to the combination of 3 and 9. And the next player in this list is the hero of the first game, Rachin Ravindra. It's quite shocking, but although he has begun his campaign in a glorious manner, his birth number is also 9, because his date of birth is 18 November 1999. But since he is in his 24th year, and 24 adds up to 6, and 6 and 9 is a very good combination, so he will receive the advantage of this combination. He will receive benefits from this particular combination. But due to this birth number 9, on the whole, it's not going to be a good campaign for him. So this was the prediction for the New Zealand team in this current ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023. In the next videos, we will discuss further interesting topics. So please stay tuned with us, and thanks a lot for watching.